Welcome back to the Open Boulder Show, featuring your host, one of the proud University of Colorado Boulder's undergraduate strategic communication majors, Wendi Schneider. Today I will be giving you a sneak peek to my behind-the-scenes interview with Ayla Sullivan, who is a second-year undergraduate student studying theater and business, and they are also the communication coordinator for CU Boulder's Gender and Sexuality Center. We discussed how important affirming one's identity in place is. I will now happily pass it over to Ayla's explanation.
Me, I identify as a non-binary trans person, in that I don't identify as a woman or a man. I identify as outside of that gender binary. But obviously, I navigate through this world in a very clearly femme-identifying body. So there's a lot of strange things that I have to deal with, particularly with bathrooms, for instance, and that, non-binary people can feel like they can't go into either bathroom because going into a woman's bathroom and you're presenting more masculine that day, people feel really uncomfortable with you being in there. You can't go into the male's bathroom for a lot of reasons. Just for safety. Because trans men, typically when they're in male bathrooms, or really just trans people in general when they go into bathrooms, it's not this microaggressive thing that's happening, like, oh, why are you in here? It's violence. It's people either saying incredibly violent and hateful speech or physically hurting trans people. And I think that's an epidemic that's rising. And, on college campuses, Boulder is definitely making strides to be more inclusive. The bathroom actually on this floor, I don't know if you've seen it, gorgeous bathroom. It's our multi-stall, all-gender bathroom, and it's handicap accessible, and it's the most, gorgeous bathroom because it's not labeled by anything. You have stalls that have urinals in them and stalls that have toilets, and anyone can go into whatever. There's bigger stalls for people that need it. The locks are a lot easier to deal with. There's it's probably one of the better bathrooms that we have on campus.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to check that out at some point. I also mentioned to you, I'm from Dallas, Texas originally.
Oh, okay. Go Cowboys.
That's
my team.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, awesome. That's my team, so I feel awesome now. So before I came to college here, I honestly had no idea about preferred gender pronouns. I never even had heard about it before. I didn't even know
That's funny because Dallas
what
is
it
one of the
meant.
more liberal cities of Texas.
That's what I would have thought too. Yeah. And so, why do you think that is? Can you explain why these pronouns are so important?
Oh, yeah. So, pronouns affirm identity and affirm basic, human decency, you know what I mean? And so I think, for me, I'm definitely a gender abolitionist. I think gender is a colonial concept, and that we didn't, or at least for people of color, we didn't have genders originally in the way of a binary. Most cultures that aren't European or weren't colonizers, their cultures had multiple genders that have multiple functions within the society. So when our cultures became colonized, our history started to change, and we started to deviate from our culture in order to survive and in order to stay alive, frankly, through colonization. So I would love to live in a genderless world because gender in a binary is inherently oppressive because it has one gender that's reigning over the other. Typically, patriarchy is higher, and instead of looking at people as human beings with both masculine and feminine characteristics and how we navigate through that. So I think pronouns are really important because they affirm wherever a human being's place.
That's it for the behind-the-scenes sneak peek of my interview with Ayla Sullivan. You can always feel free to check out the Gender and Sexuality Center on CU Boulder's campus and learn more at colorado.edu/GSC. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week for more behind-the-scenes action in Boulder on the Open Boulder Show.